Okay, so now we're going to go into what the suits look like in the Enduring Virtues and Rudolph Valentine's Angel Tarot deck. For the suit of swords, or the suit of air, which is what she calls them, she's chosen to use unicorns, which I actually really, really love. I love that she's chosen different animals for each suit. There's the ace. Really beautiful image. Oh, the sun is shifting again. Two of air, which again, I think this is really gorgeous. Three of air. Four of air. Five of air. Six of air, which I actually really love this image. Seven of air, not my favorite. Eight of air. Nine of air. 10 of air, and then she includes the court cards, so I'm going to put that with those. Here's the page of air. So these have like personality attributes, and then in the book that accompanies the deck, she talks about if it's a person, depending on how you choose to read. So you can see there's the keywords, and then underneath the explanation. Knight of air, I mean, this is not my favorite image, but the Queen of air. Again, I'm not in love with that image. And then the King of air. For the element of fire, she works a lot with dragons for this suit. So here's the ace. And again, I love that she used dragons. I love dragons. I'm not necessarily in love with this artist's representation of dragons in this deck. Two. Here's the three of fire. Again, I feel like there's so much going on in the image. Sometimes I get a little lost between that and the meanings. Four of fire. Five of fire. So bad. I'm sorry. The face is like just terrible. Six of fire. And some, it's like that with every deck. There's some cards that you're just like, what the heck? Seven of fire. Eight of fire. Nine of fire. And then 10 of fire. So here we go with the court cards for this suit. Page of fire, again, you get like the qualities and the meaning. And if you look in the book, she does talk about, if you choose to read them as people, who they might represent. Knight of fire. Queen of fire. And the King of fire. Next we have, I just have to move my leg. Next we have the element of water, the suit of water or cups. Fire would have been wands in a traditional deck if you're unsure about where that meaning would be. So for this suit, she chose to use mermaids, which again, I really, really love. And there's the ace of water, the two of water. The three of water has dolphins, which I really think that's very cute. And I love the four of water in this deck. I think it's very self-explanatory. You really get the feeling of that card. Five of water. Not so much about this. I don't really get that feeling, but I can see where they were going with it. Six of water. Seven of water. Eight of water. Nine of water. 10 of water. And then here we have the page. which this one's really beautiful. I don't know if you probably can't really see that, but that one is very pretty. The Knight. And again, Queen of Water is really, really beautiful. And then we lost it with the King. He looks, it's bad drag look. King of Water. And then finally, the last suit, which would be Earth, which would typically be pentacles or discs in a traditional tarot deck. She chose to use fairies for this deck. I don't find that it necessarily resonates with me as far as fairies, but I do think that some of the cards are very pretty. There's the Ace of Earth. By coincidence, one of my cards was damaged when I got the deck, but as it was a gift, I didn't feel it necessary to complain. Two of Earth. Three of Earth. So again, the butterfly in this one's really pretty. Four of Earth. I don't mind this one. And I think you kind of get that cut off feeling a little bit. Five of Earth. This one's interesting. I don't quite get the feeling that I normally get with that. Six of Earth. Seven of Earth. Oh, the sun is driving me nuts. Sorry about that. Just move the chair. Eight of Earth. It's not really driving me nuts. I'm happy to see the sun. It's just driving me nuts as I'm trying to film this. Nine of Earth. 10 of Earth. The Page of Earth, I feel like the quality of the image is not that great. The Knight of Earth. I think that one's okay. His face is a little off, but most of the faces are in this deck. The Queen of Earth, I really like this one. And then we have the King of Earth. So let me talk a little bit about the book that you get with it. As with her decks, you usually get a good size book. It's little. It fits right in the card deck. She has a little intro thing, which pretty much she just gives you a 3-card spread and a Celtic cross. You're not getting any kind of specialized spreads that you might like to try. And then she gives you the meanings, like for instance for the Hermit, she talks about it and then she talks about the additional meanings that might be associated. And for the Major Arcana, she tells you a little bit about the archangel that's associated with it if you're new to working with angels and archangels. So that can be very helpful. The book is, it's great for her decks. She's always pretty thorough, I find. So I have no complaints about the little book that accompanies the deck. I think if you are new to tarot and you're a little unsure of, is the energy positive? Is this a good thing that I'm doing by working with tarot? If you're wondering that, then this deck is a really great way to dive into tarot and realize that it can be used very positively in your life for good. And it is a source of good. It's not a source of evil. So I definitely think, if you're starting out in tarot and that's kind of where you are, you're going to get a lot out of working with this deck. If you like having the meanings written on your card, then you'll enjoy working with this deck as well. Just like I think almost all of her decks, except for maybe one, have a little thing underneath with keywords to help you. So if you find that you really enjoy that and that's very helpful to get your intuition flowing, then definitely this is going to be a great deck for you. Like I said, for me, it tends to trip me up a little bit because I end up getting sidetracked by it instead of just being able to focus on my communication with my client. So for reading for others, it trips me up a little bit, I have found. However, like I said, I've read for a few clients with this deck and they've absolutely loved this deck and been, moved to go out and buy some of her decks. So this is my lengthier review of the Angel Tarot card deck by Doreen Virtue and Rudolph Valentine. Let me know if you like me showing you every card in the deck or if you prefer just some of my favorites and least favorites like I typically do. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you like this deck or not as well. You know, like I said, it's a good deck. And a lot of people that I work with love this deck. It's not necessarily in my top, like, absolutely must-have decks, but I really enjoy it. And it helped to open me up to working with Doreen Virtue's, some of her books and decks a little bit more in a healthier way. So I do definitely appreciate that. And also, it was a wonderful gift. So I will see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.